Babyface Half Nelson strikes back. Kinda. Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam, and welcome to my review for Happy Death Day to You. This movie was directed by Christopher Landon, the director of Happy Death Day, which was released in 2017. Happy Death Day to You is the sequel to Happy Death Day, and it picks up on the main character of Tree, played by Jessica Rothe, who is thrust back into the time loop that she fought so hard to get out of in the first place. This time around, the time loop has been changed. Certain details are different than the last time she was in there, so she has to figure those out while saving her friends and staving off the advances of the unofficial serial killer known as Babyface Half Nelson. My thoughts on the first Happy Death Day could be summed up kinda like this. It was fine. I guess you could say I'm more of a fan of Happy Death Day as a concept rather than as a finished product. I love the concept of a Groundhog Day crossover with a horror movie, but Happy Death Day really just didn't grab me like a lot of people did. But when I went to see Happy Death Day to You, there was a little part of me that said, you know what? This could be a lot of fun. And it surprisingly was. But just like the first Happy Death Day, all I can say about Happy Death Day to You is it was fine. The absolute best part of this movie by a country mile is Jessica Rothe. I said in my review on Stardust that she was absolutely way too good for this movie. And yeah, I'm right about that. Simply put, she has to run the entire emotional gambit between over-the-top and silly and downright heartbreaking and everywhere in between, and she crushes it. There were a few scenes where, honestly, I thought I was gonna cry. Yeah, me. And out of all the movies that I thought I was going to cry over, Happy Death Day to You was way too low on the list. I hope Rothe gets more movies after this because she honestly deserves it. The rest of this movie, however, is... Rothe is the truly amazing part of this movie, but the rest were just okay. The supporting cast was fine, there were some jokes in here that were pretty funny, and the pacing on the whole was pretty standard. But in terms of the story and, well, just the overall tone, Happy Death Day to You takes a very sharp turn that I was quite frankly very unsure about. I don't think I can talk about this without going into spoilers, so spoilers. Basically, the reason why Tree gets caught in the time loop in the first place is one of the students' science projects goes awry, and it basically sends her into a parallel dimension. As the movie explains, the characters literally explain it this way, it's kind of like Back to the Future Part 2. The only difference is that when Tree goes back into the time loop, she kind of goes into the better version of what her reality could be. In the first movie, we learned that her mom died, but in this future, she's actually still alive. She's not with the boyfriend from the first movie. The boyfriend's actually with her sorority sister. Everything is different in a weird sort of way. And the killer from the last movie is not the killer in this new future. It's the professor that Tree was having an affair with in the first movie. And so Tree is like, okay, I want to get back to my future. And so she basically works with the supporting cast, who are basically science majors. And they're like, okay, you're going to have to memorize all this information on how to get back, die, memorize some more, and then die at the same time. Basically, live, die, repeat. But while Tree is doing this, the movie kind of looks at it in a weirdly sort of comedic way. Now, don't get me wrong, horror and comedy have mixed together fine in the past, but at first I was like, I would never have taken this movie in this direction. Just putting my fantasy screenwriting hat on for 1 second. If you were to ask me where I would take this movie, I honestly couldn't tell you. I would have thought that at the end everything was perfectly resolved. Tree had the boyfriend, she made peace with her dad, she found out who her killer was, tea and cake. But since that movie made $100 million on a $4.5 million budget, well, it's sequel time. So honestly, I don't know where this movie could have gone. Which I guess is a testament to the movie, but at the same time, it just left me scratching my head. I literally said out loud in the theater, "What is happening?" I do give credit where credit is due to Christopher Landon, because I am so glad that it wasn't just, oh, we're doing the same thing over and over and over again because money. You know, I'm glad that they actually tried something new with this concept. What I'm saying is that I don't know how this is going to go over with most audiences. Now, I have a feeling that this movie's going to make its budget back in the first weekend, because this was made on a $9.5 million budget. So if it makes at least $20 million, then, you know, that pays off the marketing and everything like that. So money in the bank, pretty much. However, I think if you do see this, you have to know what happens at the end of the first movie, know it intimately in order to get some of the references. That's just my take, at least. But in the end, I'm going to give Happy Death Day 2 You a good rating. I think that Jessica Rothe is a star in the making. The rest of this movie is okay, and the twist and how they take the story is probably not going to go over with some, but I do kind of appreciate where they took the movie. I don't exactly understand it 100%, but I do appreciate the fact that they went the route that they did. I understand where the director was going with this movie. I'm just not sure that I totally get it. I'll have to marinate on this movie a little bit more, but that's the reason why I'm giving the movie a good rating, because if this movie was just, you know, just the same thing over and over again, I would have given it a forgettable, because, you know, it's the same thing, just done in a different year. But I do appreciate that that Happy Death Day 2 You was at least trying to be original. That is something that it has going for it. But that's all for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please be sure to leave a like. And if you saw this movie and had your own thoughts, then leave them in the comment section below. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.